options there. Um, Flexible participation, that's a huge thing for us. We can make up, we don't need 50% enrolling or more. We'll need to make up valid waivers if the participation is really low, but we can, still work with the group. We just may need a couple other waivers on the back end. 1099 groups, we can absolutely quote 1099 groups, whether it's, the whole group is 1099 or there's just a few employees that fall into that category. We can still quote them and it won't be an issue during enrollment. Carve outs, what that means is essentially just sectioning off the company. So, in most cases, it's by hours, a job title, even location. If the group has multiple locations and they only want to offer to one spot, that's completely fine. We can do that, and it's ACA compliant as well. Multi-state groups, kind of just went over that. It's, we can do a group even if they have multi-locations. There's, employees that are out of state, that won't be an issue. Refund, we went over that before. Commission as well. No industry exclusions. What that's really talking about is like a nonprofit or something like that. We've even done soccer clubs in South Florida. So as long as they have, some doc showing that they're all associated with that company or association, we'll be fine there. And then COBRA administration, we get questions about it all the time. We do free COBRA administration through our administrator, Allied. They'll help the group. We have point of contacts, whether it's an email, phone number, they can get on the line with somebody if it's COBRA they need help with. So yeah, this is kind of outlining the quoting process. This is for the level funded, which is the underwritten product, what I've mostly covered so far. For prelim rates, illustrative rates, we just need a census, so group name, zip code, date of birth, things like that. And for firm rates for the underwriting section, we either need IMQs for the employees or medical questionnaires, or if they have that renewal and summary of benefits and they're over 20 enrolling, we can try that route first if that works best. But they can even go for firm rates on the front end before they see a quote. Some agents prefer it that way, so there's, it shortens the process. If you do have a group that is willing to do the questionnaires on the front end, or maybe they have done questionnaires through a different level funded carrier like UHC, Aetna, et cetera, we can accept those as well. So, don't feel like they have to complete multiple. All the forms throughout the carriers are pretty similar, so we'll accept those as well. And then for the fully insured, I didn't go over fully insured as much today. It's a lot more simple of a product. Just with the census, this information here, we can offer firm rates almost always on the front end. They're a bit more expensive, but it is a guaranteed issue product. We have the Cigna network available, so still a good option, and they wouldn't have to do any form of underwriting. So it's an easier process to get them set up if it's, a good fit for the client for whatever reason. So this is kind of part 2 to that quoting process. This is just timeline on when to expect things back. So for the illustrative rates with the census, that's 1 to 2 days. Usually within 1 day, we'll get it back to you. The underwritten rates, so that's, at the point where you either submit the applications or submit that renewal and summary of benefits. Usually that's a 2 to 3 day turnaround time. And then for submission and implementation, it can take about a week. Usually I'll say, if a group is moving forward, try to have everything in about a week before month end or a week before the effective date. That usually we'll set them up for good time to have ID cards, everything for the first. But if we do have to backdate a group, that's not a problem. Even if they're submitted a week into the month, we can still have them backdated and have coverage effective back to that the first of the month. And yeah, this is my information. I'm definitely going to send a follow-up email with this and any other information that I think you may find useful. One thing that I'll be including is the network search that goes straight through the Cigna and Aetna websites. This, is a quick resource for you to look up doctors, hospitals, and make sure the group is getting what they need. And yeah, I'll be sure to include a few other things if anything, else needed, just let me know at that time. But any questions for now, I'm going to kind of open the floor to you guys, see if there's anything else you want me to touch on a little more, or if you have any specific questions for now. Hey, Francis, anything to add here? Or do you have any questions for now?
Thank you so much. See, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity and presentation. As of now, there's no any question from the dashboard. Do you guys have any questions? Maybe they're still thinking out loud. Hold on, let me just also quickly share my screen while we are waiting for their questions. So for those who are not yet contracted and who wants to get contracted, let me just quickly flash